Hey guys, man, this video is strictly made because I have to issue a public apology. I have ranted about teams of 5 in the rec center for the whole year. I think this even dates back to 21, maybe even 20 if I have any of those videos on this channel. And I've been calling them scumbags and calling them trash and all this good stuff that I was calling them, just giving it to them. Rightfully so. But I have to issue an apology because I understand now why the teams of 5 are in the wreck. See, I understand now that it is not the teams of 5 in the wreck fault that they're in the wreck. It is not their choosing. Some teams don't choose to be in the wreck, but it is the fault of the company, the 2K company, the Take-Two company, whoever you want to say. As you can see in my last video, my most recent video, 2K video, we were playing Pro-Am. The actual Pro-Am. Universal Talent debuted, and we went out there and we played actual Pro-Am 5v5. And we had fun, blowout game, playing a bad team. It was just a beautiful thing. But the issue arose, and that issue is, well, we couldn't get into another game. The one game that you seen on YouTube that we recorded, it took 15-20 minutes to get in that game. Strictly because, well, the game wouldn't load up. The game would not start until we all dashboarded, all walked back in, and then boom, the game found somebody. And then we finished that game, and the game would not find nobody again. Unless we all probably would have to dashboard and load up and go into the Pro-Am again. So this is my apology to the teams of 5. Because it's not your fault that you're in a wreck. It's 2K's fault because 2K has a mode in their game with an option to play 5v5 and they do not care about it. Which means the anger that I possess towards the team of 5 in the wreck, in the wreck, did I say that right? In the wreck, has now shifted to the 2K company. Why on earth did you decide to have a game mode called Pro-Am, have an option of a 3v3 and a 5v5, give it a ranked mode that is from 3 to 12 a.m. Eastern every single day, and for some odd reason, the only thing that works in that mode is the 3v3. Now, I'm pretty sure, and I know for a fact because I've done it, if you walk in there and you play 3v3 in Pro-Am, you will load up in game after game after game after game after game after game. But when it comes to having a team of 5, you can only load up one game every 30 minutes. Now, you should be ashamed of yourself. Now, because of your company and how bad you decide to neglect other modes in your game that's not making you money, you know, it's really just a disgrace. And because of your neglect, the wreck, which is supposed to be a walk-on, walk-in type of place where, just like in real life, when you go into the wreck, you go to the rec center, the community center, the nearest park. It's all randoms. You might have your boy with you. You might have 3. Shoot, you might even have 5, but it's highly unlikely that you go to a rec center or something like that with a full 5 and somebody show up on time. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real. We're gonna have folks that's gonna be late, okay? But I understand that is something that can happen, but it doesn't necessarily happen. So my recommendation is that the rec should be, like I've said before, I still believe the rec should be a 3-man squad. I think everybody should be allowed 3 squad members or 2 squad members, including yourself. So that'll make 3, 2 other squad members, and you allowed to walk into the rec. And I still believe that 2K needs to stop showing negligence and neglecting Pro-Am, and they need to really put a tone or a focus on that next year by doing whatever you got to do, whether it's giving it double rep, double VC, just some type of reason that is going to be up and active, because teams of 5 in the rec are only in there because you refuse to allow us to play anything else. Why would I, looking back on this, and I'm sorry, like I said, teams of 5, I'm very sorry, I did not experience the pain that you have experienced until just recently. But why do you think I'm about to walk into a Pro-Am center, everybody walk in, we already up, we don't get into game, we all dashboard, we all walk in and load up again? And nobody got time for that. Every minute, every hour, every second of our life is precious. Why do you think I want to spend 30 minutes trying to get in one game where I could possibly win or lose? And the people who get into those games now are most likely trash teams that's just really trying to play. Because I'll tell you one thing, boy, ever since I hit 40 on PlayStation, I came over to Xbox to get to 40. I'll tell you one thing, The teams of 5 over here on this system are extremely sweaty. I mean, the amount of sweat that is just dripping throughout the rec center on Xbox, that needs to be Pro-Am. That is content. That is material. And I get it. Why don't you just join the Pro-Am League? Why don't you just do that? That way your games will be all work. It'll always work. It'll be very active. It'll be great content. Bro, you got to understand, man. I am grown. I'm grown. Time is not there. Now, of course, I have more time than some ladies and gentlemen who play this game out there because they might have kids or spouses and other really important things. I don't. I just have a job that keeps me there 10 hours every day. So from 7 to 5:30 every single day, I am at work, except 2 days out the week. And we already know how that goes, you know? So I don't have time to be in a Pro-Am league because life ain't, there's no space for that. What make you think I want to get off working a 10-hour day and then have to go play a sweat fest in a Pro-Am against a private team at 8 o'clock? What make you think I want to do that? I don't want to do that. I just want to get on and chill. I want to load up some rec. Or if we had 5, I would like to walk into the Pro-Am and just be able to get a couple games in. I don't want to be in a Pro-Am league. I don't want to be in a Pro-Am league where I got to sweat 24/7 just to get one win in on a standings or a leaderboard. I don't want to do that. But 2K, my attention will now be directed straight at you. I can no longer go at the teams of 5 for being in here, running zone inside the rec, having 92 and under rec, you know, out there. They keeping themselves at 86 and 85 overalls so they can just beat up on bums the whole time. I can't go at them. Even though those ones that's at the bottom tier that really don't upgrade their players, y'all still bums. Y'all still garbage, okay? But it's just, I cannot direct my energy towards them because it is not their fault. I have to experience firsthand that it is not their fault that this game is like this. It is your fault as a company. So now what? Universal Talent has been reborn. Universal Talent is active. And you telling me that in order for me to really get Universal Talent content, I got to play 3v3? Now you know how I feel about 3v3. I've ranted about 3v3. You know how I feel about that. You're telling me in order for Universal Talent to get on the map and to become great that I have to join a sweaty Pro-Am league or play 3v3? Just as soon as Universal Talent was reborn, Universal Talent might die. It might die. Because your Pro-Am does not work. I understand. You have other priorities for your game and you want to focus on the majority. Well, I'm sorry. As a company, I don't think you can work on the majority. I think that you have to please everyone. You have a game that have multiple modes. You need to have multiple devs that are in charge of multiple modes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You can have a team of devs that take care of the park, my career, and rec. Then you have another team of devs that focus strictly on the Pro-Am arena. Another team of devs that work strictly on the event center. Another team that does online 5v5, my GM, my league, all that stuff. You know, every mode that's in this game, you can have a team of developers, one or two, maybe 3. But instead, you just have 1 to 2 teams that just work on the whole game. How can you expect somebody to really hone in on their craft and they have to do everything? We have to, you know, I really would like somebody to make a documentary. I would like somebody to go rogue at the Take-Two company and get on a podcast or make a documentary of how things were at Take-Two, the 2K series. I would like to see what goes on in those meetings that gets these things passed. Because I'm very curious to know that who sits in the meeting and say, hey guys, let's neglect every mode in the game except my team and my career, and and instead of really focusing on all the modes in my career, we're just gonna focus on rec and Pro-Am. I don't know what the park looked like, but from the chirpings of the people that I hang around, I hear the park is dead. You know, granted, it might be dead because of the timing of the year, but I've heard park was dead all the way. But coming from my perspective, as far as like the Pro-Am and all of that goes, or the rec, I should say, we need something else to do. Rec, let me tell you, rec is to the point where like people will quit first quarter in the rec, and it will be one guy, specifically probably a Game Pass Gary or PlayStation Plus Peter, who is gonna be out here and they're gonna stick in that game. I mean, they are down 70 points, they're in a D-, and they just in that game for what? You need a kick option. That needs to be in 2K23. You need to add a kick option. You need to add the same way you send a message, like when you get kicked and it be like, oh, I'm sorry, you were fouled out, or your grade wasn't high enough, try again next time. You need that same energy for when one person is in the game down 50 points. 50 points should be the cutoff. If you go down 50, the game should end. The game should end. Nobody's coming back from a 50-point blowout. Nobody's ever came back from a 50-point blowout, I believe, in NBA history. Now, people have come back from 20. People have come back from 30. People have come back from, I would probably say like 35. I mean, you got to be actual trash to allow that to happen. But I'm pretty sure people have came back from big deficits in the NBA. But not 50. No, not 50. 50 is when those people who you just turn the TV off when they come on the court because you ain't never seen them before. But we got to do something, man. Teams of 5, man. All the views that I got ranting about you, I hope I get the same amount apologizing to you because you deserve it. All y'all wanted to do was go ahead and make a Pro-Am team and become the most dominant team in 2K22. And the game said, nah, you gonna be the most dominant rec team. And every season, we just gonna restart your progress. And it ain't gonna matter. So essentially, you're playing this game with your team for no reason. All you're doing is getting the 40. You're getting the 40 and you're getting the legend to get a parry. And that leads me to another question. What on earth are y'all doing? What are the legends out there doing? They got legend after the first 4 seasons. Do you still play the game? Like, is there a reason for you to play 2K now? Like, I think 2K should have like did something after season 4 because now there's people out there who's been legends since season 4 and we're about to be in season 8. That's half the game basically that they have to play. We're useless. I don't know. But hey, teams of 5. I apologize. I do. Some of y'all still scumbag, especially the 92 and under folk. But the rest of you guys are not. So I apologize. I apologize deeply for doing that to you guys. I'm sorry. Can you please accept my apology? Please accept it. Go ahead, accept it. Accept it.